Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you need to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right, tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, because it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, because I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One thing we're brought to you by is HMS. This is a company that I got myself. Where I'm bringing a bunch of companies together and trying to get the masses to come together and buy them out. Now, it sounds a little strange, but again, a lot of companies are trying to grow, to be sold, and it's hard to do. Well, I found my way of finding ways to get them to come down, but they're not just trying to buy just the small ones. They're trying to buy multiple. So what I do is I get them together, and then I sell them off. This is something you're interested in. I got a website for you, and also this is something I've been doing for a long time. So you will see more of me out there already doing it because, again, this is nothing new to me. I've been in the trash industry for over 30-something years.
Right.
And that's just what I do best, let alone grow businesses. Now, I got to get back to the person who's been rocking with me for over 8 years. Come in this bad boy each and every time with a big old smile. Craft Medic, how you doing tonight? Hey, babe.
I'm doing good, Smooth J. Life is lovely, man.
Is it lovely because we got a guest?
That makes it even more lovely.
I'm just saying, because you
there's
smile,
levels.
but your smile a little different.
There's
Right?
levels to this shit.
I'm
you
just
know
saying,
what
don't make me start popping nothing, but you know what I'm saying? You come in
Hey,
and out.
hey, I don't know. Let me shoot my shot.
Oh.
See,
See how you
think
stand up.
about your own excitement, but absolutely. Listen, we got a beautiful guest in the studio, as you all can see.
Yeah.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good.
Please
good.
introduce
Thank you.
yourself.
Thank you. My name is Alexis.
Alexis.
Yeah, expensive car.
Yeah, I don't have anything smooth like they do.
Oh,
Just
nothing smooth. Before this show's over with, I bet you we can't there. I'm saying it now. Anyway, we get back. You get us off key. Getting us off key. So, crap.
Yes,
Wait
sir.
a minute, man. You been gone, man. And man, I heard you doing big things, man, as always.
Absolutely, man.
And I never
Absolutely.
want you to do
Life is
anything less.
Just blessings. Just blessings and blessings,
Right.
fighting the good fight of life, keeping your feet on the ground, staying positive,
Okay.
moving through life with some vigor and a little appreciation and gratitude and really just trying to just make every step your best step, right?
I like that.
That's really what life has been. And I hope that's for all of us. What I'm experiencing is a place in my life where, I don't know, maybe a month ago when this eclipse thing was in the airwaves, I had this huge weight on my shoulder that the world was coming to an end and revelation was taking its rightful place and that, doom and destruction was happening. And I spent a lot of time praying over, okay, Lord, if this is how you want me to go, if this is the time to go, I'm ready. I'm going to follow your lead. And so when you get to a place like that, it's like a crescendo of life where you're like, I don't care about things and stuff. My relationships are in order. If it's time to go, it's time to go. And so it's been quiet since the eclipse, right? And, after you don't pray this crescendo and nothing happens, you're just kind of sitting on gravy ground. You know what I mean? You're just kind of smiling every day and you're just letting whatever take place and letting life pass by and you're not attached to things and stuff and you don't have a lot of wants and desires and you're not scratching and clawing. You're just kind of experiencing the moment of life. And that's what I have been experiencing over the last few weeks, particularly since the eclipse and all that other good stuff. It was rampant in social media. You know what I'm saying? And there was an X across America and it was going to be, hurricanes and earthquakes. So, man, I'm just really chilling, man. I'm really chilling, bro. So glad to be here with you, Jay, and our guest, Alexis, tonight. Probably a great time to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J, and we have Alexis in the house with us tonight.
Yes.
And we just want to thank you all for being here with us tonight. Tonight, we just want to liberate your minds and souls with a great dialogue. We're going to chop it up on a subject as we usually do. And usually, as the subject goes on, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And we start attacking the things that are the undercurrent of our issues in life. And so let me just go ahead and throw out the topic. We're going to talk about the Jezebel effect.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
And listen, Jay. Somehow Jay came up with this. He comes up with a lot of great topics, and he brought Jezebel effect. And I had to go and study it a little bit. And I want the audience to be almost as prepared as we are. We're coming off the top of our dome, but we're just expressing our opinion, stories, our understanding of these things. But when we talk about the Jezebel effect, we're really talking about, I mentioned earlier, pre-show, manipulation and seduction. And I think to just kind of put layman's terms in it is we just can't be caught up by the world's bullshit.
Can you make that any clearer?
And I think we need to talk about that as a world. I don't know if I've ever experienced a discussion or television show or anything that really does it the way that we are attempting to do it here on Bar Talk. We want to get underneath the surface of things because there's a lot of bullshit going on. There's a lot of dream selling going on. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of people who will push you off cliff so they can get your life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of nonsense going on in the world. And we just want to talk about, how we deal with it. And so I want you to get prepared for this discussion. I think it's going to be a great discussion. I'm about to hand it over to the Lord. But ultimately, we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. And of course, we always start the show off with a prayer.
Hit them over the head.
And so I'd like to focus the prayer for the night on the subject of tonight. And so let's just hand this over to the Lord, shall we? Heavenly Father, we come into your presence right now with our heads bowed and our hearts humbled just to thank you for all that you are, for your grace and your wisdom and your power and your strength and all that you are in our life. And we realize that we are nothing and we can go nowhere without you and your presence and your power. We ask tonight, Father, that you would give us wisdom and understanding in the area of the Jezebel effect. There seems to be this atmosphere, this spirit that comes at us and tries to take from us and hurt us and diminish us, make us look bad, bring us down, bring us low. It just seems like there's a spirit that we are under attack from, and we are calling it Jezebel. But inspire us with wisdom tonight, Father. Give us a way to discuss it where we come to a conclusion and an answer, where there's real wisdom and intelligence that comes out of this. For those of us not only who are hosting the show, but those who are listening, let there be something magical and something powerful, and let there be almost like an increase in our personal shield of protection around this nonsense in life. And so we just ask that you would be here tonight. Bless this show, bless this word. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
You went deep on that one.
That's good. That's good. I was clawing. I always talk about in prayer, sometimes you gotta claw your way to the truth, or you claw your way to some reality or to some power or whatever you need. And so I'm reaching in my mind as I'm doing the prayer, I'm reaching in my mind for there's something that is coming against me and I don't know how to defend myself. But Lord, I want you to strengthen me in this wisdom and defense so that I can not, let's just say, in the average person's life, that there is this one thing, there's this one key thing that keeps holding you back. One key thing that keeps getting in the way. And let's assume it's the Jezebel effect. That when we get done with this discussion, I want all of us to be liberated. I want us to all have some action steps to take back to life. I want us to have some things. You know what? Here's how I'm going to deal with that person. Here's how I'm going to deal with that situation. Some real answers. And that's what we hope comes out of these discussions, is real answers, So the Jezebel effect, where would you like to kick it off, Jay?
I mean, one of the things I like to say is on the Jezebel effect. It goes back to biblical time.
Yes.
And a lot. It's manipulation, but it's how it's being manipulated. And that person knows they can have control over another. Now, that right there might seem regular, but that person controls that person for a way that's normally not good. It's almost for evilness. Because if I can't get it done, I got to convince you to do it for me. So I have to seduce you, for you don't really know what I do, but you need to understand me enough to do what I say. Now, there's a lot of people out here, and I feel some of this syndrome going because they're weak-minded. So they need somebody to tell them what to do. But the only problem is if you get a Jezebel in your corner, she's not going to lead you to where you need to be.
Correct.
She going to pump you up to make you feel strong, to lead you astray.
Right.
Okay, for some of y'all that might not know, some of the younger ones, let's give you a demonstration. You know you can't fight. And your girl put you out there to fight because she wants you to fight for her honor. And you have no clue on what you're doing. Okay? She gonna tell you, baby, just go out there and try. You know, I ain't gonna say no, I ain't gonna laugh at you or nothing. And he gonna go out there and get a 2-piece, okay? Somebody gonna tear his ass and he gonna come back with a big old black eye talking about, look what you did. She gonna be like, I didn't do it, you did that. Because you knew you couldn't fight.
Set him up for failure.
Set up because she wasn't looking out for his well-being.
Right.
She felt like, well, you want to do something for my honor, then that's what you got to do. But a person that knows that he can't would be like, okay, but let's walk away. Okay. Sometimes you got to know what you're dealing with. Yeah. And when you're dealing with a Jezebel effect, I promise you, things going to go astray. And you're going to keep asking yourself, why ain't nothing working for me? But to me, also, to know a Jezebel, do you know yourself? Because before that spirit just really hit you and jump all on you, you should have signs that this ain't right.
Right.
You know, I'm going out with my lady and you constantly dress naked. Look, I ain't fighting, but we're going to have to fight at the house.
Right.
I might have met you somewhere like this, but when I put a ring on you, things was to change. Now, that seductive thing that you got going on, it worked good in our bedroom. Now, at least you getting your ass to somebody else, that's where that's going to stay. So, bring that sexiness there. When we go out, it's a respect.
Right.
You won't dress accordingly. I shouldn't tell you how to dress. You should honor your man. And the Jezebel be like, it shouldn't matter. You know how to fight? Yes. And we're going to fight right here. Me and you, before we go out there. Because out there, we're a team. We ain't going to never go out there fighting the world and we can't get it together in here. Because if you make me uncomfortable in my own home, why in the world would I take you out here? Now, some people feel like it's okay to walk out and have a woman all out there like that. And again, that's you.
Yeah, you know what? I'd love to have a woman's perspective on that. Because that is, just to kind of set it up, that is a Jezebel spirit, right? That even though she may not intend it to be overly or to being overly aggressive or overly outward, the man is feeling like, hey, you showing too much. You look like you doing too much. You look like you trying to do more than you trying to do for me.
Trying to get somebody else.
Yeah, like you really reaching for somebody else. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, lady?
So I can see it both ways, like from your point of view.
Okay.
But you also got to look at it from a woman who, depending on the type of man she is dating.
Right.
So let's say, for instance, I came from a relationship where a guy didn't compliment me. So whether I had something on that was too provocative or if I was dressed like an old lady, if I was never complimented and told, you look good or, hey, this is too much, I wouldn't know if I had the spirit or not because I had someone who never complimented that, who never said, what you got on, babe, you need to change clothes. It was like, whatever you have on is what you have on. I'm not even going to tell you if you look good or not.
Right. Right.
Well, I want to have a little bit of fun with this because I do too. Do you deep down, do you feel like he was just a person who was just happy to be with you? That's why he didn't really give you any compliments because he felt like maybe he was with you. That let you know that he appreciates you. You know, because some people are subtle, and then some people are more direct.
Right.
Like normally when he first met you, he probably said, "Hey, beautiful," or whatever his line was.
Right.
But he got something to get your attention.
Right.
But then subtle people sit back on subtlety, and they don't always say any more, thinking that you always knowing what it is, which is again, it's a far stretch. I can't say because I understand what you're saying because a lot of people like to be appreciated.
Right.
If I put on something like myself, I try to get people's opinion.
Right.
It look good.
Right.
because I gotta go on air, even though I gotta go out.
Right.
I am trying to have an image.
Right.
And again, my confidence is in me doing it, and then somebody compliment me on it.
Right.
So no different than if I'm dating somebody, I would want her to feel comfortable when we go out, and that's why I made that comment. In the bedroom, yes, seductive, whatever you want to do, fine. But when we go out, I feel like sometimes you might be doing too much.
See,
but that's me in my comfort level in explaining it to you.
Yeah. But what she was sharing, and I would imagine it happens often, is someone who, I don't know, you never gotten the love, you never got the attention, you know what I mean? And so now, just in yourself, you talk about knowing self. Now in yourself, you dress maybe a little more provocative. You show a little bit extra. Maybe you know what I'm saying, get rid of the panty line by getting rid of the panties. You know what I'm saying? And you walk around with no panties on half that time. And, you know,
Jiggle wiggle.
Yeah. No, and we can all see it.
What?
You know, everybody knows that you got on no drawers,
No.
but you know, your man don't want you out there like that. You know, so what he does is he got to play one or two things. He got to say, well, okay, I know it may be too early for me to be saying what I need to say about that situation, but over time, and I know it took me a little while with my ex-girlfriend, and I remember one day we pulled up. She had to go inside the apartment to get something, and she was going in and come right back out. She had on a dress. So I'm sitting in the car. So when she got out of the car, she walked to the front door. She had to take 2 steps up and get to the front door, put the key. Right. While she putting the key in, I see the crack of her ass just sitting there, right? And I'm like, okay, if I wasn't around, it could be anybody in the world just looking at them hips just drop down, you know, out of nowhere. So when she got back in the car, I'm like, hey, your ass was showing. You know, so I was just looking right at it. I didn't even have to try it. It was just
in time.
Yeah, you know, the blue dress and then a round brown ass. It was just right there. So I'm gonna need you to change that dress, right? And she was kind of upset. You know, she was tense about it because, well, see, she couldn't see what I see at first. She couldn't see. She thought I was just picking on her. She thought I was picking on her.
She didn't feel no air on that ass. Was it fake?
but it's always out. Like, you feel nothing.
Always out.
Yeah.
It's probably numb anyway.
You feel the cold. You put a cold ass on a cold bar stool, won't even feel it. You know? If it's always out, because she's used to it.
But I'm saying, coming from a perspective, let's say you've been in a relationship for a few years.
Okay.
In the beginning, let's call it the love bomb stage.
Okay.
Where they did compliment you. When they saw you, you smell good, you look good. I like your outfit.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Then when you living together and you're seeing each other all the time, and then you do have date night and you get dressed up and I compliment you. Hey, you look good today. I like that sweater.
Yeah.
But the woman gets nothing in return. So it comes from a place of where either that man could be just this how I looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe I just carried myself as always knowing I was the shit. It did not need him to confirm or validate it.
Okay.
So it got to the point where maybe he thought he was blowing up my head by giving me compliments. So let me just not compliment her no more. Or either it could be to destroy my self-esteem. I don't know, because that was something I wanted from my man and I did not get.
I'm going to tell you what I'm getting in this conversation. Let's see if the Lord's anointing is upon me, right?
Okay.
A man who doesn't compliment his beautiful lady may be suggesting that he is intimidated by that beauty. The intimidation would be, you know, I don't want to pump her head. I don't want you to think she's too fine when she go out there in front of somebody else. You know, it's almost like, you know how they say a superiority complex is simply an inferiority complex turned inside out. It's like that, right? It's like you know, it's almost like you might even be so beautiful. You're like, damn, how I even get this much? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm lucky dude. I don't know how, he may not know how to sustain it or whatever, but I can't see a dude not compliment his lady, you know?
Yeah.
And I would imagine if there's some anxiety going on in the relationship, that may be where he don't want to tell you fine. You know what I'm saying? He definitely don't want to tell you fine and you going out with the girls or you going to hang out somewhere else. You know, again, I just think that's an inferiority type thing.
That could be true, because I did hear where if we did have an argument, it will always be looks will fade. And it was kind of like, why are we talking about looks will fade? Like, I don't get it, because it was people that I brought around him that would be like, this your dude?
Right.
So it's kind of like,
Right.
I felt you should have been proud to compliment me and have me on your arm compared to me coming with you.
Yes.
And people aren't ready for what I just brought in the room.
Right.
I didn't see that coming. If y'all didn't catch what she just said, I am not gonna repeat it.
I'm just saying, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So
And
what
you didn't
I
see the
saw-
beauty.
And what I saw, it was something different. It wasn't just based off of looks, but it's like women tend to always look for the guy that they dated in the beginning, because at some point, and it can be vice versa too,
Mhm.
that woman switches or that man switches up. I just feel if you're in a relationship and that woman does have on something that you don't agree with, I don't care if it's her hair, let that woman know. Like,
Right.
don't look at me knowing you hate this hairstyle
Yeah.
or my track is showing,
Yeah.
and just instead of saying, hey, the track showing up, I don't like this hairstyle, because no woman wants to lay with a man that don't like something. If I don't like a cologne, don't wear it.
Right.
You can wear it around when you
Right.
by yourself,
Right.
but
Don't wear around me.
that's it.
Right.
So,
I
you
love
know,
it. I love it.
everybody's different.
So we're talking about the Jezebel effect going on here, and
But she had a good one though. That wasn't a Jezebel, that was a relationship.
yeah,
And I like that relationship, man. I really do, because again, like, it's that lack of communication that can cause a lot of things to happen. But it's a little different from the Jezebel, because believe me, she's not gonna lack on communication. It's about dominating. So I have to communicate with you to get you to understand that I have to seduce you, and you're not understanding why you're getting seduced. So now she's pumping you up for a mission that you probably ain't gonna be successful in. So it's a different kind of spirit. So it's one thing to have a joyful spirit.
Yeah.
I am around you and I say, hey baby, let's not wear these clothes out, because I don't want the evilness to jump on us.
Right.
A Jezebel spirit is, I do want something to jump on.
Right.
And you better know how to fight.
Right.
See, it's a difference. You see what I'm saying? And it's not even coming in a good spot or a good place. And there's a lot of people in some dark places.
Yeah.
And you really don't know until you're there. You know, and looks is not all of it. And that's what I liked about what you say. You know, I kept myself up because I have that. I have that. That's my self-pride.
Right.
Everybody is not going to always show that. And again, I can ignore that you might not be fine, or you might dress a little awkward, or your clothes is outdated. I can say a lot of different things about a lot of different people. Bottom line, I'm still willing to deal with you because you're a good person.
Right.
Start showing me disrespect, and it don't matter about your person. You will be away from me. And it's just, you know, I hate to say it like that, because I don't just believe in ghosting, but I separate. Because I don't have to explain myself all the time when I make things clear on the upfront. That's one thing I like about relationships. Good relationship has boundaries. If you've been through a couple, you already know. I'm going to set some boundaries, because I'm not going to keep going through this.
Yeah.
Everybody, all over again.
Yeah.
I'm going to grow up and make choices that we both can understand. That way we grow. A Jezebel is going to destroy.
The Jezebel is going to destroy it. And
let me say this. So can a Jezebel at some point be used for any good? Let me give you an example.
Okay.
You and your lady upset.
Okay.
You ain't talked to her in 3 days, walking around the house just angry. And she says it to herself, not to you.
Mhm.
I'm about to give it to him. Because I don't want to deal with this negative energy walking around the house not talking. So if I give it some, then maybe it'll take me out on a date. We'll loosen up, the energy will be different.
okay.
So can that spirit be used for
No,
a little bit of good?
No,
to me,
listen.
no, that's a seducing spirit. That's not just Jezebel has a
Because it's something that I want.
Right, and your man should be the one give it to you. So you are like, you know, somewhere, and we at odds. Let me do this, and maybe it'll break the ice. Now, see, to me, that's just using a situation to get a better result.
That's healing.
Yeah, and to me, That's not a
That's-
Jezebel because there's no
Okay.
evilness what you're trying to get out of.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the hatred or the meanness or whatever we're going through.
Okay.
I want that gone because I want us to get back to that healing spot of loving each other. Because you're
Yeah.
walking around, man, I'm walking around confused, and we're not getting nowhere.
Right.
So I'm going to seduce you for better. I'm not seducing you for worse. I am seducing you because you're my man. We need to get past this, and I'm doing the best I can to show you. I'm willing to move on, but I want us to do it together.
Yeah.
That's not the Jezebel.
Yeah, and let me just
That is not.
cover two or three
That's not-
things
that's not.
that just might be like the real Jezebel effect.
Okay.
I said it at the beginning. People who try to convince you of BS.
Right.
Right. Just think about you go to your eye doctor.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, and you give your eye doctor your insurance. But somehow or another, when you come out of there, your insurance ain't covering but a little bit. And you got to spend $300-400 out your pocket right then. Right? Now, we never know what the hell that insurance really is paying.
Obviously,
You see what I'm saying? And so what's happening is the doctor's office is running game so they can get their cash flow up.
Right.
Because they probably can't charge and shouldn't charge what they charge,
Right.
and the insurance company know it. So what they do is they put pressure on us to pull cash out of our pocket, right? They don't tell you this shit before you go in there, right? They almost always wait till you come out before they hit you with the $300-400 bill.
Right.
Because if they told you $300-400 bill beforehand, you would decide, hey, I'm not going in here, I'm gonna go. So what they do, they entrap you in. Probably don't cost them but a fraction of
Yeah.
what it actually takes. That's what I call running game.
Right.
I signed up for an Adobe Acrobat subscription. I was working on a project. I needed some software, intelligence, whatever. I bought the software and I got done with it after 2 months, but I'm locked in at $29 a month for 12 months. I went to go cancel. They was like, you can cancel. You just got to pay the balance off right now.
Right.
But
You're
I'm
going
like,
to keep paying until
yeah.
the year.
I'm like, why y'all running game? I came to you and I tried to use your product. It didn't work for me. Why you locking me into 12 months? They're running game. You ever have subscriptions that they just keep
Automatic.
hitting your account?
Yeah.
You ain't using them. You ain't logged into their account. None of that, right? It's a Jezebel spirit. How about haters? Right? There are still people who will talk about you and who will, take your goal or your ideas and they'll go try to implement it,
Right.
in your environment or, steal your song or your
Right.
music or steal your man or your lady, like there's still, I'm not going to say still, there is absolutely a spirit about a man, or I'll say mankind, that we have to be mindful of so that we don't get taken, we don't get hurt, we don't get done in. It's kind of an unfortunate scenario, but you have to protect yourself in this world.
Right.
And what are you protecting yourself from? You're protecting yourself from lies. You're
Right.
protecting yourself from being led down rabbit holes. You're
Right.
protecting yourself from being misrepresented. You're protecting yourself from, and that goes, that's an idea that it's kind of dynamic, because even sometimes you're at work and you got a good friend, but you can't even be a real friend to them. You can't really tell them how you feel about the situation because you know that the
Right.
Jezebel spirit in them just might land, have that
Somewhere
conversation.
else, right.
Yeah, with the boss or with the other coworker. So now I got to hold back who I am to ensure that I don't feed the Jezebel spirit no information that could work against me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right? I got to keep my secrets. Right?
Yeah.
I can't tell. For many years, I never understood. Successful people would say the most important thing about success is never tell anyone about your goals.
Correct.
Don't share them. Don't tell them. Why? Because in the spirit, they start tearing them down. Oh, you're never going to get there. Oh, you're not good enough. You don't, you're not smart enough. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, you really have an enemy in your camp, but you don't even know it.
Sometimes they reveal themselves.
Well, they always will. If we have the spirit of discernment, you can always discover them. Hopefully, before they do too much damage.
Usually they're gonna speak against you.
Well,
Yeah.
I had one recently. I really want a dog. I
Okay.
really want a dog.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I told my friend she's scared of dogs, and she was like, "I pray you don't get that dog."
That's because yeah. Whoa.
And I said, "What?"
What?
She was like, "Yeah." It said it with a straight face. Then hee ha ha behind it was like, "I pray you don't get your dog." And I said, "Well, why would you say that knowing it's something that I want?" She said, "Because I don't like dogs."
Mm.
I said, "Well, you not liking dogs has nothing to do with me. My dog would stay at my house.
Thank you.
I don't live with you. I wouldn't bring my dog to your house knowing you don't like dogs."
Yes. Listen, that's a perfect example. Like something that you think they would have zero attachment to. I want to go to Guatemalan Italian island for 3 days. I pray that you never get to that island. Why would you do that? Why would you hate on my dreams and my goals, right? And here's what's happening. That we've heard it for many years. Misery loves company, right? Because I'll never get to that island. It's impossible for me to do it. So I want you to stay behind me.
Yep.
That's the real Jezebel spirit we're talking about here in the world. Is that people do not want to see you succeed.
Correct.
They don't want you to have more than them.
They don't want you to have more than them. And you and I know that as the spirit of competition.
Right.
But I'm not in competition with you. I thought you were a lover.
Right.
I thought you were my friend. I thought you were somebody who was wanting to help me.
Exactly.
But yet you are competing with me behind the curtain.
Right.
And now I can see it.
Right.
Yep.
And once I see it, I have to treat you accordingly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once I see it, I have to move like that way. I have to operate in that way.
Yeah.
And I won't say it's unfortunate. I think it's kind of like walking in the forest. That there's going to be some bushes that got some poison on it, or it got some bad insects in it. There's some bushes you just don't mess with.
Right.
And that's the way life is. There are some bushes that once you discover they're too prickly or they'll hurt you or whatever, you simply stay away from them. Yeah. You simply manage yourself in relation to them. And sometimes that means you got to walk in a half circle around them, and they might not even know. I just truly believe that what we're talking about now is one of the realities that many people will miss. And because they miss it, it's almost like their life is hung in the balance by it. Think about people who are weak, who are not strong enough to protect themselves, who won't say no, who can't say no. For whatever reason, they learned it the wrong way. They're genetically inclined with love. They just don't know how to say no. Those people they're getting, I know for sure in my world, they're getting closed with deals where they're getting taken for hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of dollars. I've seen people, an innocent grandma, an innocent auntie come to the car dealership, just want to buy a car. They leave out of there having paid $10,000 profit, and their payment is $200 higher than they can afford. Right? Because as soon as they go in that dealership, you got this Jezebel spirit that's going to attack.
Right.
And they're not going to tell the truth. Right. They're going to mislead. They're going to have you sign stuff you don't know what you're signing. They're going to take advantage of the fact that you don't want to say no. They're going to take advantage of the fact that you are weak, that you don't have anybody there with expertise who can help you. And so now you're getting taken. Let's just say in one transaction, you get taken for $10,000 and you get $10,000 transaction a year. You're getting taken for hundreds of thousands of dollars over your life because you have an inability to protect yourself. Right. And if you are one of those people, if you believe that you're one of those people who get taken advantage of in those types of transactions, the only thing I can say is that prayer is your answer.
Yeah.
Right? What you have to do is when you need protection against these bad spirits, you have to go to the higher spirit, right? See, you can be standing in a room with somebody and you not know that they have a real Jezebel spirit. They have real hate for you. They have a real negative attitude. They got a real negative past, whatever the case may be. But if you are operating in the spirit, that God can see over you and he'll say, oh, you are in the spirit of a Jezebel, and what you need to do is make a right hand turn. And so I'm gonna squeeze your bladder and make you go to the bathroom, and when you come back, that person's not gonna be there.
Right.
That's how God would work it, right? You need to ask for supernatural protection from lies, supernatural protection from being led astray and run amok and bamboozled. We need to make sure that we pray. And I remember praying many years for this and didn't know why I was praying for it, but I was always praying for the truth. I was saying, God, in this situation, I want you to just reveal the truth right here. Like, what was I supposed to get a gift? Was I supposed to get a favor? Was I supposed to get some money? Was I supposed to get a blessing? Because I feel like I'm missing something.
Right.
And when I feel that way, that means, maybe something hindered me. So, excuse me. So I ask you, Lord, reveal the truth to me. Is she cheating on me? Did my business partner steal some money? Are these people who are trying to sell me this product, are they righteous and blameless? Will they help me, or are they trying to take me? Right? Is this transaction right for me? Is this something I should do today, Lord? Should I say no? Should I sleep on it? Lord, I want you to, if I'm going into a situation where they have more intelligence than I have. So, Lord, what I want you to do is I want you to gird me with strength, and I want you to put your favor of protection around me, and I want you to seal off any nonsense, any bad intentions, anyone who's there to hurt, take harm, or that thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. I want you to take that spirit out of the room, and every time it reveals itself, I want you to make a loud noise in the room, Lord. I want you to just show me what this is. See, the Lord is hovering kind of in you and over you, and he can see all of that. And he'll reveal whatever he needs to reveal to you. But if you're not going to operate in supernatural power, you're not going to have access to the truth. Right? You're not going to have access when somebody's trying to take you. I hear it. I've been selling for 30 years. I did sales training. I've been in the whole world of selling 100% commission my entire career. And I can tell you, when somebody's speaking to me, I can hear this thing in the back of their voice. I can see this thing behind their eyes that's telling me if they're lying to me, if they're telling me the truth. Sometimes I can tell that they need somebody to talk to. Sometimes I can tell that they're just big mouth and they always like to be a big shot. Sometimes I can tell that they're really interested in being helped and supported and loved and nurtured. Sometimes I can tell that they would rape me and take everything from me if I wasn't strong enough to protect myself. Let me gird myself up with strength right now. So the point of this is that the Jezebel spirit it's in every facet of human experience. Right? There is righteousness, and then there's the Jezebel spirit. And the Jezebel spirit is going to take you down. And if you don't feel right about it, trust the gut. Trust the gut.
The gut is what I call my Holy Spirit.
Yes, it is the Holy Spirit. It is the true heart. See, we think this is the heart, right? But the heart is really right here, right? It manifests its intelligence factors right here. If it don't feel right here, it's not right. Because if it doesn't feel right here, what it's suggesting is that your heart is not in alignment with your head. When your head and your heart comes in alignment, it opens a passageway for that truth to be revealed to you. And when that truth is revealed to you and it says, say no, say no.
Right.
When that truth is revealed to you and it says, green light, go get it. Don't think about it no more time. Don't waste no more times on it. And I can tell you that this isn't just about being taken in life and being hurt and being damned. Sometimes this spirit that we have to be alert to is about taking advantage of opportunities. Right? There could be Mr. and Mrs. Right standing right in front of you. Don't be afraid to smile at them. If there's a nudge that say, go talk to them. Go introduce yourself. Go ask for their number. You know what I'm saying? Go holler. Like, that's your opportunity. It may be you're out doing business and you got your business cards and the spirit just say, you know what, go hand your business card to that lady. And you go hand your business card, and next thing you know, she calling you for business or she's sending somebody your way. The Jezebel spirit is not just a negative connotation. I think sometimes it can hinder us back from great blessings that we can have in our lives. Great opportunities to magnify ourselves, our lives, our deity, whatever the case may be. The point is is we have to be aware. We have to be conscious. We have to be listening to that still small voice that Jezebel will never overcome if you are listening to that still small voice. But if you're listening to what they have and what they did and what you can get out of them and their truth and what they want for you, you're not going to be able to hear your truth, right?
It's like operating in a whole nother type of energy level.
Yes.
They say the 3D, the 4D, the 5D. I feel like, like that discernment that you have is kind of like if you walk into a room and everybody gets quiet when you walk in. I didn't have it to where I was going to a friend's cookout and went into the house. I called her, hey, I'm outside, front door, back door, which way you want me to come in? She was like, oh, we're in the kitchen. Go to the front door, ring the doorbell. Still not like went in, hey y'all, I'm here. Her friends didn't know me. Right. I'm a friend of hers, but she has other people there. Right. So when I go into the kitchen, I was like, hey girl. The whole kitchen got quiet, full of other women.
I bet.
So
I bet.
It was kind of like, I don't know, like when you say you care about how you look, the way you carry yourself, no matter where I am, I'm going to present myself in a way where I'm comfortable, where I feel good about myself.
Yes.
When I walked into that room, it was the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, whatever you want to call it, said, they're looking at you, and it's something they see. They don't even really want to give you a chance. So I sit down at the table. Now, keep in mind, as I'm walking to this kitchen, all I heard was noise like they was hee and ha having a great time in this kitchen.
Yeah. When
I bent the corner, it was just something that was like, ugh. Like I felt it. Like, hey girl, like, like I could feel there was a negative energy in this air.
That's haterism. Don't call it nothing else, right? We've all experienced that, right?
Yes, we have.
So watch this. You walk in a room and you're stunning, and you fly, and you got confidence in your eyes.
But why everybody in the room shouldn't have walked in that way?
Listen,
I don't know how they walked in.
They could have. They could have, and whether they did or not, your presence stunned them. Right?
I understand.
And so you felt the hate, you felt the quote unquote spiritual rejection, right? And it made you feel a certain kind of way.
Right.
But that was that love turned inside out. That was that she looked like a bad chick. She looked like a shot. You know what I'm saying? She looked like a bad chick.
Say again.
Because we know women who can walk in the room and create that, but they know that they know that they know. They create that.
Okay.
You see what I mean? They already know. Listen, I'm a dime piece. This is how I come through the spot. Y'all probably ain't like these flossing diamonds. You ain't liking this hair I got from real Brazil. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they just bad chicks.
But maybe we're walking into a room just being ourselves, not coming in to stun other people.
Yeah. You're not trying to.
No.
But that's just what you do.
Yeah.
Right? And so you need to understand that that's how you make people feel. Yeah. You might make people feel like you're incapable of hollering at me, young man. You're incapable of getting on my level, little lady. You know what I'm saying? But
and also you gotta remember you're a Leo. See, I'm a Leo. I get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like we're powerful. You know what I'm saying? So
you're powerful. Yes.
So,
yes.
But then I have I get what the Jezebel spirit is, but I don't want to confuse it with hate either, like somebody hating on me, because it could be me giving out a business card just to shut the room up. Oh, I see what I see. Yeah. Let me pass out my makeup card.
Yes.
Because
some of them need it.
Right.
Yeah. She trying to be real. So
need it.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if we gonna get quiet, let me do a little networking at the same time.
Yeah.
I already know what it is, and it's fun. A lot of times when you walk in like that and it get quiet, and I've been in situations similar but remember to hold your own. And
Right.
I always still greeted everybody, let
Right.
everybody know who I was, you know. And usually one other person would say, yes, he's so and so.
Right.
And it's always about putting my best foot forward. Because even a hater might not like me, but you're gonna respect. Because I'm
And that's
starting
the
off
bottom
with
line.
respect when I walk in, and I'm just gonna hold it there. And again, some people can't handle it, and that ain't my problem.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to close out this show is maintain your self-respect, and
Yes.
nobody can ever disrespect you.
Mm.
Right? We're out of time for this show, but this has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. We got Alexis in the house tonight, and we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. Just our opportunity to be leaders in our own community. We're here every Thursday, 7 to 8, Facebook Live. We're on every other major platform. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Bring your friends and family back and hear some of this real rich and good wisdom that we bring.
Yes.
We're not trying to be, all out in the world. We're just trying to bring real, humble, down-to-earth wisdom to the table. We hope you enjoyed it. Never, ever forget that we do this because we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls